Hi there player, welcome to Dublin Table Tennis. I'm Coach Eddie Zayla and today we're going to do a tactical video on how to read and respond to the Pendulum Serve. This was left by a subscriber in the comments, so if you have any video suggestions of tactical or how to, leave them below. And yeah, let's get right to it. Real quick, I upload videos once a week as you know, and then every time those 7-day period for the next video, we grow like 70 to 100 subscribers more. And I'm a little overwhelmed a little bit. I'm definitely overwhelmed, but I'm also very thankful and appreciative that you're engaging me, that I get to know you more, and that makes me more comfortable on camera. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm definitely more comfortable on camera now, because even though I'm in a room, or no, in a sports hall right now, and I'm literally by myself, but in a way when I speak to the camera, like right now, I just feel like I'm speaking directly to the person, to the player that I was talking to maybe a week ago, 2 weeks ago, months ago, whatever. And I get to really be your coach, and I'm really happy to be your coach. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. And yeah, I don't know, I'm not good at this, so I'm just gonna leave it as that. I really hope you enjoy the video, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, let's talk about the key aspect of returning serves and understanding them is the rotation. Pendulum serve, the rotation is always clockwise. If you're doing the reverse pendulum, like the name suggests, the spin of the rotation is anti-clockwise. To know which one's coming towards you from your opponent, you have to look at their opponent's serving hand. So if you're right-handed and your opponent, which is me, is right-handed, the pendulum serve is going to be clockwise, left to right. If I'm left-handed as your opponent, even though I'm doing the pendulum serve, but to you as a right hand, you're going to receive the anti-clockwise, which is from right to left. Does that make sense? Let me do like a Door Explorer right now. If I'm right-handed doing a pendulum serve to a right-handed player, what spin rotation will that be? It's clockwise. If I'm left-handed doing it to a right hand of pendulum serve, what rotation will you receive? Anti-clockwise, okay? And that works on whatever way it is. The pendulum serve means left to right movement, and the reverse pendulum means right to left movement. So, let me show you in more in-depth detail why you need to know the rotation, the spin of the pendulum serve. So, we're gonna break it down. Middle of the table is 12 o'clock. This is 3 o'clock, your clockwise position. And this is your 9 o'clock, your anti-clockwise position. So me as a right hand player serving to your right hand, it means it's left to right, spin rotation, and it means clockwise basically. And this is what I mean. You see, the ball jumps straight into 3 o'clock position, straight into your clockwise direction. So if I would serve that to your forehand, and if you would not return that well, the ball will just jump off the table straight away. And that's how you know for yourself to benefit about the pendulum serve. This is how you also need to recognize the spin of the serve when it comes from your opponent. A way of reading serves is you can follow through your opponent's racket. And what I mean by that is, if the person finishes like that, it's more side spin. If they finish flat, straight to it, it means backspin. And if they have a little interesting little flick to it, or the racket goes up, it usually means topspin. But it also could mean that they can do a backspin with side spin. So the ball can go low, but as soon as it bounces, it shifts directions. But that's not really trust me, it's not really a problem more than you think. You have to keep an eye on it, of course, but because there's acceleration to the ball, it's actually a lot easier to contact with a bit of a flick of a wrist, or a little bit of counter spin, and the ball will already go over the net. So that's more of a benefit for you, to be honest. Now, I'm going to be the player, okay? I'm going to be you, and I'm going to show you how to receive the pendulum serve smartly, defensively, tactically, and aggressively for the best possible results. I'm going to cover the short forehand and backhand, and the long backhand and forehand placements of the pendulum serve. Now, if the ball lands in your forehand area, and if you're not brave enough to forehand flick it, the best way is not to go over the standard traditional chop racket like this of the angle, but more up like that, and trying to counter spinning the serve completely. Because if you go like this and there's more spin than you think, the ball easily will go off the table. like the previous way I showed you. So if you just tilt up, you're gonna easily counter spin and easily drive the ball over the net. Just make sure you don't put too much power, as the ball with acceleration will bounce higher and that's easier for them to attack you. But trust me, few shots like that in practice and you'll already master the idea. When it's long, the best medicine is to counter hit it. Forehand drive, topspin, looping, but you have to attack it because the sheer momentum of the technique and the follow through will counter spin it very easily because it has a lot of speed to it rather than spin. So it's just the control of your technique will counter spin and get on the table. So be brave and try to attack this ball every single time. Do not try to chop it because chopping long will always lead the ball to go long to your opponent and they're going to attack you, which is going to cause you trouble. So now let's pretend the pendulum serve from your opponent is going to land on your backhand side. So short, and in general in the backhand you have more time to play with it. Why? Because as you know, the ball is going to go to the clockwise position, so there's more table to cover rather than going straight down the line. One thing you don't want to fall for the trap is that you think that, oh look, he's over there, but there's a lot of open space over here, so I'm going to give a nice little dink, short chop. Now if you can do a short chop, you're nice and smart, do it. But most of the time I've noticed that the tactic from that is that they want you to do that so they're more comfortable to forehand flick it. So if they're good at forehand flicking, ignore that. Don't do a short empty space chop. Rather push it in the middle, medium long, so the second ball bounces right on the table, or focus on the empty pockets in the corners of the backhand deep, or in the middle of the backhand for a long, nice, deep chop. Don't worry, I know that a long means that they're going to attack you, but most of the time players are not ready for a long attack because it usually causes trouble. But on the first receive, it's a very nice tactic to throw off your opponent and gives you the better chance to counter attack their next return. Now if the ball comes in long in a backhand, again, you can stand back from the table. If they're very spinning, depending on your level, if you can't control their spin, let the ball come off the table and give a nice follow through with the arm. That is not the smartest thing to do, but it's the safest thing to do to get the ball over the table. That will cause a lot of backspin, or at least a lot of speed to it, which is going to be hard for your opponent to control. However, the best return is your backhand drive loop. And the best way to do a pendulum receive from your opponent is a nice little wrist action. So don't punch a lot of it power because it's already long. Trying to just go with the spin. Just try to counter. Let their opponent's momentum carry over over the net, and let your spin do all the trick of returning the serve. So yeah, that's the idea of tactical insight of a pendulum serve. How to read the serve, how the angle looks like and what it means for its spin. And most importantly, if they're right-handed and you're right-handed, the spin is going to be left to right, which means it's going to be clockwise, your ball going that direction. If they're left-handed and you're right-handed, the ball is going to be anti-clockwise, which is going to go to the left side when chopped. So keep that in mind. But most importantly, if it's forehand position of their serve, if it's long, attack it. Get into a habit of always attacking the serve. Even if you make a mistake and you fail, keep going. Make a bad result as a good habit and always attack the shot. If it comes in the forehand, again, trying to forehand flick it. But if you can't, smart is to bring up the angle like that and counter spinning their spin of the serve and making the ball go over the net a lot easier. It goes in the same follow through action of your chop. If the ball comes back in your backhand side, if it's long and you're having a hard time controlling it, and maybe it's your weaker side than your forehand, trying to just focus on using a lot of wrist, coming with the flick in your body and coming out in a natural follow through. Just wrist up as much as you can. Let the opponent's acceleration of the ball drag itself over the net, and you just counter it with a nice wrist action. If the ball comes in short in the backhand, be smart, but do test the fact are they good at flicking, because even an open space in the short forehand will get them because they're on the other side. But if it doesn't get them, do long in their backhand corner or wherever their elbow is, which is most likely in the middle of the table. A smart return is to do a medium long where the second ball bounces right before the white line which gives them a false hope that it's going to be short. Yeah, that's the 4 insights to returning and understanding pendulum serve. As you can see, the sun is out. Amazing. So I'm going to finish this video. I hope you guys have a good day like me. Enjoy your week, enjoy your month, enjoy your year, depending when you watch this. Just play, have fun, and enjoy the game.